Assalamu alaikum. In today's lecture, we will discuss in detail about consonants. Previously, we have talked about phonetics, phonology, and we have also discussed what is the difference between consonant and a vowel and how different phonemes perform or how different phonemes function. Okay, so in this lecture, we will talk in detail about consonants and how we can distinguish one consonant from other consonant. So these are the three things that would help us. Number one is place of articulation. We know what is articulation. Articulation is how one sound is produced from our vocal cords in our mouth. Okay, how one sound or how one phoneme is produced. So production is called articulation. Okay, articulation means production of a sound. Okay, so place of articulation means at what place in our mouth one sound is produced. So for consonant, when we are distinguishing one consonant from another, the first feature that we discuss is the place of articulation. Okay, so at what place a certain sound is produced. We will discuss that in detail, how sound is produced and what are the parts of the mouth involved. Okay, then we would see how different consonants vary from each other according to the place of articulation. Second we have is manner of articulation. So we would find out how different sounds are produced and how one consonant differs from another according to the manner of articulation. So what is the manner through which it is articulated? Then the last feature we would have is voicing. Okay, so we will discuss what is voicing and how it distinguishes one consonant from another. All right, let's begin. These are various consonants. Okay, we have already talked about these. You can look at them carefully. Okay, so we see we have 24 consonant sounds, and each consonant sound is different from other sound. Okay, first let me show you all the symbols and all the pronunciations, then we will move forward and discussing how all these consonants different from other consonants. So the first one is p. Okay, this is very straightforward. We already know how the p is pronounced, as in p. Okay, so the first sound is p. Okay, then we have the second sound, that is b. That is again very pretty straightforward. The sound is as in boat. Okay, and all the words start with b. Okay, most of them are pronounced as the sound we already know from the spelling, from the alphabet. The sound is b. Okay, like bat, book, bag, all these things, they have this consonant b sound. Next is t. Again, pretty simple. T sound we are very familiar with, as in T, as in tag, as in top. Okay, so all these words with T sound, they would have this consonant phoneme. Then we have dog, D sound. Okay, so again it is very pretty simple because it is similar as we have in alphabet. D sound, do, dig, dog. Okay, so all these sounds, they have this D sound. Okay, this might be new to you. We have to see. It has one. It is written as two symbols. Okay, one symbol is this one, T, and other symbol is like this. You can see. Okay, so when we write these two symbols close together in one phoneme, okay, so it is pronounced as ch. We know that we do not have any alphabet in English for ch sound. That's why we have two alphabets, C and H. Whenever we are writing C and H, we often pronounce it as ch. Okay, so for ch sound, we have this phoneme. Okay, there might be two phonemes. You might see that there are two, but when they are written so close together and it is pronouncing ch, it is actually one phoneme. Okay, so this is one other consonant with the sound of ch. Clear? So you need to practice this a little bit. Make this one T and make a long S like this. okay, and then you write it as this one, and whenever you're pronouncing it ch, there you would find this symbol. Okay, these symbols you can go find in any dictionary or the website I told you. Okay, wherever you're typing a word or you're searching for any word in the dictionary, there will be phonetic transcription below that. Okay, so in that would give you a pronunciation of the word, and if you see this symbol, that means you have to pronounce the sound as ch. Okay, next we have j. Okay, this is again a little bit confusing. In English, we have this J and G. Both are used for J sound. Okay, but none of them is used for J sound as in phoneme. Okay, this is again using two symbols. One is the, like this one, and then we have this the small z that we write in our spellings, like this one. Okay, so this we will need to combine these two together. It sounds J. Okay, as in June, as in jump, as in jelly. Okay, so all these words that have J sound. Okay, we are not concerned with the spelling. The word might have J, the word might have G. Okay, but if the sound is J, not G. Okay, G is different. G might come for G sound as well. Okay, हमें पता है कि G हम लोग कभी कभी G के लिए यूज करते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल go, ठीक है, तो वो अलग साउंड हो जाएगा बिकॉज साउंड डिफरेंट है, G साउंड है वहां पे. यहाँ पे हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं J साउंड की. Alright, so whenever we are talking about J sound, we would use this symbol or this phoneme with combination of D and small z. Okay, so you have to practice these two phonemes, and you have to remember these phonemes as well. When we are writing it as this, it is j. Okay, and when we are writing this as this, so it is j, June. Okay, you can just take a picture of this chart and keep it with you, because there will be examples of very common words, so that you have an idea that what phoneme exists for what sound. All right, next we have k. Okay, so whatever the spelling is, whether it is C, whether it is K, whatever it is, but if the sound is K, then we would use K in our phonetic transcription or phonemic chart. Okay, and then we have G. So for example, whenever we have this G sound, we would use this G. Okay, so we know in English we don't have any particular spelling or particular letter for G sound. We have G that we use to write, and G is used as a symbol, as in spelling. Okay, whenever we are writing in phonemic transcription, we would always use G for G. Okay, so for example, here is a word go, get, give, all these words that have G sound. Okay, there we would use this G. Okay, so whenever we are writing in phonetic transcription, this G would not mean J sound. This G would mean G sound. Okay, this might be a little confusing at the beginning, but when you remember all these 24 consonants, then it will be easier for you. Okay, so when we have J sound, we would use this symbol, but when we have G sound, then we would use this symbol. All right, next we have F. This is pretty simple. Whenever we have F sound, we will use F. Whenever we have V sound, okay, V sound. Now this sound and this sound, okay, these two might be a little bit similar, because in our pronunciation in Sindhi, we pronounce both of them as V. Okay, but there is a little bit difference between this V sound and this W sound. Okay, V is with a little bit rounded mouth. Okay, when we pronounce V, for example, when, so we make our lips a little bit rounded. Okay, but for example, we have to ask when. Okay, then our lips are not rounded, they are flaked. So when I'm saying, when are you coming? Okay, so in that when, W-H-E-N, then it would be when. Okay, but when we're talking about V-A-N, when the vehicle, there my mouth would be a little bit rounded. So this W sound is coming with rounded lips, and this W sound is with flat lips. This is the difference between these two. Okay. So when we're talking about W rounded sound, we use V as in phonemic transcription. Then we have these two sounds. These are again a little bit confusing, and we do not pronounce them as appropriately as we should pronounce. Okay. For these two sounds, as you can see from the examples, one is think, okay, as in think, the first sound in think. Okay, second is this. Okay, these are two sounds that very often occur for th mostly. Okay, for example, this, there, those, all these, there is this the sound, the sound. Okay, what is the difference between the sound? Okay, but it is the sound. Okay, in that you have to keep your tongue between your teeth. Okay, आपकी जो जबान है आपकी दांतों के बीच में आनी चाहिए whenever you're pronouncing these two words. We would learn how these are all consonants are pronounced in detail, but for now you just need to remember that whenever we are pronouncing these two sounds, we have to keep our tongue between our teeth. Okay, so for example, think. So when I'm saying think, so my tongue is coming between my teeth. Then we have this. So we have to this. This is sir, think. Okay, think, think. All these words. वहाँ पे हम लोग use करेंगे this sound for sir, and this one we will use for this. Then we have sir. This is pretty simple, as in C. Okay, तो यहाँ पे भी अगर हमारे पास spelling में C आ रही है, ठीक है, लेकिन sound जो है that is of sir, so we would use this phoneme. Okay. Then we have the, as in zoo, as in zip. ठीक है, इन सारे words में we would use this sound. Okay. Then we have this sound sh. We do not have any spelling or any alphabetical letter for sh sound. Okay, so for phonemic transcription we use this symbol. You have to practice this symbol. Okay, you can practice these symbols, this one, because these are new and you need to know how they are written. Okay, we will discuss them in our live lecture as well. Okay, so whenever we have the sound of sh, we use this. Then we have this sound. This is again pretty complicated sound. This is vision. Okay, this is not vision, this is not vision, this is vision. Okay, so this is kind of a y sound which we use and symbolize with this. Okay, these are pretty simple. Ma, na. Okay, then we have this sound. We do not have any spelling for this. It is kind of a ng sound. Okay, as for example in Sindhi we have singer. Okay, so that is ng sound. So whenever we are saying sing, it is not sing. Okay, it is not sig, ng. So if we are saying it sing, it is wrong. We have to pronounce it as sing. So si and then this sing sound. All right, then we have her. Pretty simple. Head, him, all these sounds with h. Then we have la, okay, like, lip, all these words with la sound. Then we have r sound. It is again pretty simple. Red, okay, rat, ride, all these words with r sound. Then we have w sound. Okay, we discussed what is the difference between w and w sound. This is wet. When I'm saying wet, my lips are flat and they're stretching. Okay, they're not being rounded. But when I have to use video, my lips would be rounded at the beginning. So this is rounded sound and this is flat sound. Then we have this j. This is again not giving us j sound because we talked about j के लिए हमारे पास ये वाला phoneme है, ये वाला symbol है. So this j is used to represent ear sound. Okay, as in yes. I hope this is clear. You can take a minute and pause this video, practice all these consonant phonemes, okay, and then see if you have any QD, then you can note it down. All right, moving forward. The letters S, C, Q, and X are not denoted by unique phonemes because they are found in other sounds. Okay, these are the sounds which these are not unique phonemes because they are not found independently. Okay, because they are not unique in their sound as well. They are found with other sounds. Okay, the S sound is covered by K sounds in words like crust, crunch, and create. So we see that C can be pronounced as K, okay, as in cat, as in create, as in crunch. So in all these cases, we would use K phoneme, okay, and it can also be used as S in words like cereal, scent, or city, okay. So you can see there could be C could be used either as K or as S. You can think of few examples where C is used for K sound or where it is used for S sound. All right, you can note down few of the examples first where C is used for both. Okay, so we do not have a separate phoneme for that. The Q sound is covered by KW as in quit. So we see कि Q के लिए हमारे पास कोई अलग phoneme नहीं है because it is giving us the sound of K and W as in quit. So we see यहाँ पर example दिया हुआ है. This is the word quit. It is written as quit. K, W, quit. A is a vowel phoneme. Okay, we will discuss vowels. And then we have T. This is how we phonetically transcribe the word quit. Next is X. Okay, so again, X is not found as a unique phoneme because it is covered in K as and as in words in kicks. So in the last we have kicks. So we say that there is the last is the sound of X. Okay, so for that we would use K and S. All right. Then we have digraph sounds. Okay, a digraph is formed. All right, let me just move it a little bit. Okay, then we have digraph sound. A digraph is formed when two consonants come together to create an entirely new sound that is distinctively different from both the sounds of the letters independently. Okay, we already saw these examples. As for example, C and H. We pronounced, if we write it separately, hiding on H, okay, we would see that this is S sound. All right, and this is her sound. But when we are writing them together, it gives us the sound of ch. Okay, so these sounds, which in such a case they lose their independent identity, and when written together, they produce a different sound, and that sound is ch in this case. Okay, so those sounds are called digraph sounds. All right, so we have another example. These are few digraphs in English. We have S, this is different. H, this is different. But when we put together, in this case, they will be pronounced as sh. Okay. Similarly, we have S in thin, and we have TH in this. So these are two sounds, S and the. We already talked about these sounds, so you should be familiar with that, and both are represented by TH often. Okay. Then by the end, we see we have NG sound. Okay, so this is separate na and this is separate g. But when they are used together, they are pronounced as na. Okay, ring, sing, singer. Okay, sing. So all these words, so at the end they will be pronounced as nga. Okay, and then we have NK. They're pronounced as ring, ring. Okay, I hope it is clear. So we can move